How's it gangin' dudes? My name is Sean. Welcome back to my channel, and today Andrew Yang is officially exploding in popularity. Okay, morning consult, political intelligence. Okay. Democratic primary key states. Go ahead and smack a like. We gotta get this video out there so everybody knows, especially Yang Gang who's been a little bit down. Smack a like so they can get this video in their notification feed, in their feeds, and that way they can understand that Andrew Yang just went up a 2% to hit a 5% threshold in key early states: Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada. Oh boy! Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. And look, the good news continues. Okay, the good news continues. Look, there's no change here, which is not necessarily good. It's not necessarily bad though. He didn't go down. Biden's down 4. Bernie's growing the same rate Andrew Yang is. That's sad. He should be so much better. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Don't be salty, Bernie bros. We love you guys. We love Bernie. Okay. Anyway. Dave Chappelle is going to fundraise for Andrew Yang. Remember, everybody gave me flack for saying Dave Chappelle didn't really endorse Andrew Yang. We don't really know, and it's all rumors and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Dave Chappelle kicked off his first weekend of the new year with a rare, righteous, nearly 3-hour stand-up set at the Chapel in San Francisco, a city to which he admittedly owes a great deal. The controversial comic famously logged hundreds of hours at the Punchline Comedy Club after his departure from Chappelle's show in 2006, experiencing virtually every major milestone, the second act of his career, through the unique lens of the city. As brazen and unapologetic, As brazen and unapologetic as ever, Chappelle was in rare form Saturday, January 4th, unconfined by tour schedules and stand-up specials, as evidenced by 2 bottles of top-shelf tequila, 3 packs of American Spirit cigarettes, and 1 hefty joint, which he freely passed around to front-row audience members. On stage throughout his extended act, the Ohio resident also covered a spectrum of topics from God to Greta Thunberg. Here's a summation. Chappelle firmly believes in a perfect, all-knowing God, but not so much in a confident, climate-savvy teenager. Let's just say that the 17-year-old activist irks him, to put it mildly, rather than going into detail about Chappelle's jokingly involving R. Kelly and Time Magazine 2019 Person of the Year. Even for a veteran comic like Chappelle, not every joke lands, and given his uncompromising brand of humor, certain bits may come across as shockingly deaf tone to certain Bay Area audience members because they're super far left. And you know, Dave Chappelle is usually right whenever he jokes. You know, I have no real opinions on Greta Thunberg, except for the fact that historically it hasn't been good whenever you thrust kids into the spotlight on any issue. And given the nature of the internet nowadays, her message may be correct, but the way it's coming off and the way it's being portrayed and the way it's being received and accepted is doing more harm than good, I would say. But it's not really an issue to me. So that's what I think Dave Chappelle kind of is alluding to. So, such as Chappelle's long-standing polarizing transgender jokes, which he spent 30 minutes exploring without covering any new ground. Oh, God, guess what? People don't care about the whole woke aspects, okay, Date Book? All right, okay, so let's just get to the good stuff. Let's skip down here a little bit. The Democrat, although unsurprisingly, Chappelle admits his popularity has risen among conservatives, with MAGA audience member at a recent show demanding he run for president, said he might vote for Bernie Sanders if his face didn't remind him of his Jewish accountant after he learned that Chappelle was broke in 2006. Okay. Instead, Chappelle's vote is with underdog Andrew Yang. Let me rephrase that. Instead, Chappelle's vote is with underdog Andrew Yang. Although he hasn't publicly endorsed the candidate, Chappelle is performing at a benefit for him in the near future. The comedian joked that his past Chinese bits will come back to haunt him. What? Okay. Although he hasn't publicly endorsed the candidate, but that's kind of endorsing him, right? If you say that I'm going to vote for Andrew Yang, you're endorsing him for president, right? If I say that I was going to vote for Bernie Sanders, I was going to vote for Pete Booty Duty, whatever, you know, then that would be an endorsement, all right? Because you're going to vote for that person, so therefore you endorse them. for president because you're voting for him. I don't know. Maybe that logic's lost on Datebook. Unless like he's at a show. It's a public show. You can buy a ticket. So that is a public. And I don't understand that. Maybe I'm missing a point here. Maybe official type of a point. I don't know. Anyway, the more freely the tequila flowed, the more Chappelle welcomed the audience's questions. When asked whether he'd return to the Chappelle show, if Netflix offered him the money, he replied with a blunt no. He went on to explain that Charlie Murphy did and how things left with Comedy Central. Okay, so the main takeaway from this is Chappelle, Yang. That's a thing. Oh man, it's great. I love this stuff. I love it. There's so much going on. I mean, he just hit, what was it, 10% in a New Mexico poll, which still, don't get me wrong, that's quite a ways off, but Yang is fundraising like he's a top tier candidate, because he is now. He's top 3 in New Mexico. He's routinely top 5. He never, once he's top 5, he hasn't really fallen below top 5 except for in a very few key areas. He's raising bukus of money. He has enough money to last until well into spring. He has enough influence to get on somebody's cabinet if he has to drop out, unfortunately, which I don't think he will right now. I think he's going to go the distance. And you got to realize, in a lot of these states, the delegates aren't winner take all. So let's say if you get past a certain threshold of votes, well, then you take your fair share. You might not get the lion's share, right? But Yang can definitely take enough delegates in certain states away to skew the election in a certain way that benefits him. That way we can get our policies in the White House, whether we're through somebody else's campaign or Yang knows how to tweak the numbers just properly to make sure he's in that seat. And that's what we need. That's what's going to happen. Yang recently, let's see if we can. This is on this Yang Gang thing over here is on a cycle, so it switches things every once in a while. Where my man at? Andrew Yang for president. Way down here. All right. I also wanted to play this thing for you. It's not a struggle alone, the opioid epidemic. Just to prove to you guys how much, how important what he's doing, why we need him in there. Also, the way I don't know. Let me just go ahead and play it. Okay, let's see here.
I was campaigning in Storm Lake, Iowa, and a high school senior came up to me and he told me something. He said that his classmates had fentanyl patches on their shoulders and they were already addicted to opiates. And he asked me, what can we do to get them help, to get them well? And I said, we have to do much, much more, because this is not their struggle alone. We have caused an opiate epidemic, a plague in our country. We had these drug companies profit tens of billions of dollars on the backs and lives of our friends and neighbors, including that boy's classmates. Any company that made a dime off of opiates, we should get all of that money back and then some to help get our people well. I would make sure that those boys know that if they do get help, they will not wind up in a prison cell. They will get treatment and counseling, because this is not a personal failing. This is a systemic failure that we have to make right.
Alright guys, so there you go. It just goes to show just how important it is. He's right on every single issue. He's not a one issue candidate. We're a data driven campaign. We're not about ideology. We're not left, we're not right. We're forward. We got so many people here in this campaign, and it's only growing. It's growing every single day, and it's the snowball effect is starting to become super, and I don't know, man. We might be able to do this thing, guys. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. All the algorithm gravy stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next